'Tis the season to be jolly, with Christmas just being around the corner. And what better way to conjure up some good old Christmas spirits than through watching some holiday-themed movies? There has been much debate about what actually constitutes a Christmas movie. Some people even hold on to the staunch belief that a film set during the holidays is not enough grounds for that designation. Well, I am not one of those people, so you can expect to find a nice mix of genres and something for every type of movie fan on my list of top 10 Christmas movies. Hi guys, Michael Abaimi here, and today I'm counting down my top 10 movies to watch this Christmas. We're kicking things off with the Christmas Chronicles, a Netflix film that recently received a sequel. And while that second film made an attempt to deepen the first film's lore, it was that first film that introduced audiences to the straight-talking version of Santa Claus that was played so well by Kurt Russell. Who knew the seasoned actor would turn out to be such a perfect fit for the role? Okay, I'll admit that this one is more of a guilty pleasure than a bona fide Christmas classic. But what's a good top 10 list without at least one or two of those? Released just in time for the holidays in 1996, the movie stars Arnold Schwarzenegger and Sinbad as two dads that must go against one another as they try to secure a much sought-after Christmas toy for their respective sons. Christmas is often synonymous with romantic comedies, and Happiest Season is one of the newer ones we've gotten recently. It stars Kristen Stewart and Mackenzie Davis as a lesbian couple coming home for Christmas. Except it turns out they weren't doing so as a couple, since the family they were coming home to wasn't even aware that they were lesbians in the first place. In my review, I had said that the movie was all but guaranteed to become another holiday classic, and I wasn't mincing words when I said so. I'll admit that I was a bit on the fence about this one. Most people will even say that there is another Tim Burton holiday classic more suited for Christmas viewing. But there's just something about seeing the snow-covered streets of Gotham and its colorful array of circus freaks that just screams Christmas. And once I'd given it the requisite amount of thought it required, it was clear that Batman Returns is just as worthy of inclusion as any of the other movies on this list. Klaus is the first of two animated films that will be gracing this list. Released just last year on Netflix, the film offers a different take on the Santa Claus legend. Reimagined as a lonely toy maker, the movie explores his efforts to inject some Christmas cheer into a joyless town with the help of a reluctant postman. Acclaimed for its beautiful hand-drawn animation, the film was nominated for the Best Animated Feature Award at the Academy Awards earlier this year. If you're anything like me, then chances are you've seen the first Home Alone film at least half a dozen times by now. And if for whatever reason you'd somehow managed to miss out on that particular entry in the series, then now's as good a time as any to rectify that. Home Alone became synonymous with the holidays for many kids in the 90s. That's how ubiquitous it proved for most of us while growing up. And assuming the movies on this list were ranked according to popularity or sheer box office grosses, then the movie would no doubt be sitting at the very top. Jon Favreau might be better known today for helming films like Iron Man and the Lion King remake, but back in 2003, the director had worked on what would become a modern-day Christmas classic. Elf was such a resounding success that it is often credited for helping launch the acting careers of its main star, Will Ferrell. He plays the titular elf who comes to New York City in search of his biological father, having been raised in the North Pole by a family of elves. It featured Will Ferrell's signature humor, but surprised viewers with just how heartwarming it proved to be. Surely you must have seen this one coming a mile away. And regardless of what side of the fence you happen to fall on the age-old debate of whether or not it can be considered a true Christmas movie, there is no denying the timelessness of this late 80s action thriller. So if watching one man rack up an impossibly high kill count is your kind of jam, then watching this Christmas Day staple is not a bad way to spend Christmas morning. Another movie that has become a Christmas Day staple in many homes in the years since its release is the romantic comedy Love Actually. The film features an ensemble cast that includes the likes of Hugh Grant, Liam Neeson, Colin Firth, and the late Alan Rickman, to name a few. Often considered overly sentimental by naysayers, the film is nevertheless a solid collection of intertwining tales of love and romance during the most busiest time of the year. Like a well-placed Christmas tree topper, I am capping up my list of top 10 Christmas movies with none other than the 1966 adaptation of the Dr. Seuss classic, Hal the Grinch Stole Christmas. Yes, I know I might be leaning into nostalgia a bit too heavily with this one, but simply put, no other movie on this list was such an integral part of Christmas during my childhood. This particular adaptation captures that quirkiness for which most works by Dr. Seuss were known, but it is perhaps most noted for its ability to conjure up the Christmas spirits. I have so many fond memories of revisiting its heartwarming tale every Christmas, and it is one I can see myself continuing to revisit for many more years to come. And there you have it, my top 10 movies to watch this Christmas. Did you agree with my picks? Let me know in the comment section down below. Also be sure to like this video if you enjoyed watching it, and to subscribe to the channel with notifications turned on if you'd like to see more top 10s in the future. And until the next one, this is Michael signing off.